Going live, going live. We are live with Addy and Daddy, and that's because you can't spell daddy
without the Addy.
Oh no, you can't spell daddy
without the Addy.
You can spell, but we got to sing our song. You know we love it. Our intro is done. Coffee is being made. We have some news today hitting you right off the bat. Scott Adams has been up all night with his cough and not able to perform today's show. I know all of us were excited, and we're all looking forward to Scott's show every day. The simultaneous sip right at 9, which we'll be ready for today. We kind of cheated and got some pre-made. But we wanted to send a message to Scott. He does seem in good health today. He will be posting, so we will see lots of good news and lots of points to be made today. So we're looking forward to that. But we'll be watching him on X as the day develops. So prayers and thoughts for Scott. Thank you for giving us the heads up. We won't rush our show today since we're not on the same time limit as normal. We do have a big show today.
Yes, we do.
We have some chess. Addy and I have been playing. Oh, you can't even see it in our screenshot. We were supposed to move our screenshot down a little more. Daddy messed that up. We're going to talk about Plato, and we're going to recap MIT, some good news out of MIT, self-defense, NASA, and our pledge. Addy, we were playing chess today, and when we play chess, Addy and I like to talk about our philosophers. My favorite philosopher is obviously Socrates. Multiple reasons. You know me, you know why. Addy, who's your favorite philosopher?
Plato! Woohoo!
Why is Plato your favorite philosopher?
Because he says it, he does it, and he did it the best way possible.
That's right. Not only does Plato say to speak what you're going to do, not just walk the walk, not just talk the talk, but to do both.
Yep.
He says, do it and show everybody. Flex on them is how we interpret that, right?
Right.
And that means to do what you say. It's as simple as that. Can that be difficult?
Yes, it can.
It certainly can be. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. But as we were talking about Plato last night, we got into some stuff. Addy wanted to make some points. Did you practice some self-defense yesterday?
Yes, I did.
You did. And what self-defense were you practicing yesterday?
Krav Maga.
That's right. Is your mother a certified trainer?
Yes.
Yeah. As a warrior princess from a warrior queen, we last night practiced some self-defense. After watching a couple videos in the news and seeing what's out there in the world, reminding us that we must all stay protected at all times, Addy wanted to practice some more self-defense. How'd you do?
I did great.
Did we practice chokeholds last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did mommy put you in a pretty good one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Daddy couldn't do that. The dogs would attack me. But did mommy get you good?
Yes.
That first one, you almost got knocked out. What'd you do on your second one?
I did the first step.
Right. Were you able to get out of it?
Yes.
Right. Very nice. Great job. For those viewers at home, please remember, self-defense comes in lots of different ways. Awareness, just having a plan, talking about escape routes, all those things for children go a long distance and just talking about it and running some drills. I don't think Addy's going to ever need to get out of a chokehold because, lots of different reasons for that, right?
Yeah, and as soon as they come at me, all I do is say, oh, wait for it, and I just stick my fist down there and they run into it. That's my main move.
That's your main move. Let them just run into your fist, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they have to wait for the perfect moment. Wait. Then all I'm doing is throwing it out there without even punching full strength, and then go full speed right into it. Knockout. Look. Pulse. All right, they're good.
Yeah, she's going to check the pulse. She doesn't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
But what Addy's talking about is using the momentum. When people are coming at you, that's when you're going to counterattack, right? We don't attack. We defend. Now,
Defend and counter.
That's right. Always with the counter. Okay, so great job on the defense, Addy. We'll talk some more about that, and we'll have a special show just on self-defense. One of the things we wanted to get into today was MIT news, but I'd like to start with the pledge today. Addy, would you like to lead us in the pledge?
Yes, I will. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job, little lady. Daddy didn't have time to put his hair up today. How are we looking? We doing okay with the hippie long?
I love it.
I'm glad you do. We'll see how it plays out today. Here's some other things we wanted to talk about. MIT news. So this is some exciting stuff, guys. MIT puts out a newsletter. Like we tell you every day, there are lots of different news sources Addy and I go through. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
One of our favorite ones is MIT News. So
IT news.
we have some buddies. My wife used to have them as a client. So we're fully aware that they give out a wonderful newsletter daily, weekly, or monthly. It's up to you. If you don't want stuff in your inbox every day, they make a recap for you on Saturday. If you do want stuff in your inbox every day, MIT News is there. Lots of interesting stuff, lots of cutting edge, groundbreaking theories being exposed. One of the reasons we wanted to share today, or 3 of the recaps from this year. Now, on tomorrow's show, we're going to do a really big recap of the year, right?
Right.
But for today, let's just hit a couple of pieces that MIT wanted you to know about. Nanomaterial breakthrough could revolutionize night vision for the military. Basically, the particles are breaking down, and what they're able to see is helping the military essentially, Addy, almost see better than daytime. How cool is that?
Very cool.
Now, at nighttime, what happens? Is there any reason to be scared? No, but do we have good imaginations?
Yes, very good.
And so does that create things to be fearful of when the lights go out?
Yes.
All right, well, this new technology is going to change that. Whether it's applied to robots, whether it's applied to humans, whether it's applied to night vision goggles, the new technology that they're introducing to night vision is nothing like what we've seen in the past. All the boys out there have played Call of Duty, and I know you've seen a little bit, and they're used to seeing green night vision, and they can kind of see everybody. This is an entirely new situation. If you haven't seen it, you're going to want to pop over to MIT and take a look at some of the shots that they've shared. Pretty awesome stuff. Second, MIT researchers develop a robot designed to help first responders in disaster situations. Now, as a first responder myself, I have over 13 different saves where if Daddy hadn't been there on the scene, individuals would have died. One of my favorite ones was on July 4th when we were just at the age of 20 with my friend Malika and Deontay Elliott. We drove up camping and we're in Turner Falls, Oklahoma. And that morning, about 5 a.m., somebody fell off the cliff. That individual was not able to speak English and didn't have anybody with him. He fell off the cliff in front of the big waterfall and landed just before. I mean, he was about a foot falling off the waterfall. Luckily, the water was not pushing him. Barefoot, as you know, Daddy does it, with his buddy Deontay Elliott, also a certified first responder. We ran in the water, down the river, all the way to the front. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but the EMS that were on scene were not able to make it. So Daddy and Deontay jumped down, we climbed down, we grabbed this guy, we assessed the situation. He had a compound fracture in his leg, blood was going everywhere. He was about to go into a seizure. The one person that was kind of communicating with us way up the rock was screaming, "Seizure, seizure." So we backboarded him appropriately, tried to hold inline spinal because we weren't sure how hard he was there. But you're imagining we're on the edge of a waterfall, Turner Falls. It's about to go over. It's just nothing but rocks down there. Barefoot, Deontay and I grabbed him. Deontay was a much bigger guy than me, so we put Deontay at the feet. I climbed up the top, grabbed the backboard. One hand, we lift him up, get him up. I mean, his family's screaming and crying and clapping. We have to put the oxygen tank on him. We're also certified to train in that. Put the oxygen tank on him because he was about to go into seizure. He was losing blood. We'd taken care of the compound fracture, put a soft splint on him. We had him in there, and we ran up the river barefoot all the way to where EMS was just sitting there. Thanks, guys. We turned him in, turned him over, and he was saved. Turns out that guy was actually from, or his family was from the city of Allen, where Daddy was from. So Daddy got an award from the city of Allen for his excellence. That's not hanging up behind you, but it's one of 13 saves that I have made in my life. And the reason is because God puts you in places to perform. He gives you skills, he gives you abilities, he gives you strengths. But who has to choose to use them, little girl?
You have to choose them. I have to use mine. You have to use yours. Everyone in the world has their own special, unique something in the world. That's right.
Scott Adams' message couldn't be more clear that it's your job to use your gifts and talents to help the world. We agree. It's also our scripture for yesterday and will be so again today. Addy, could you remind us here what Isaiah 6:8 says?
I heard the voice of the Lord say, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" Then I said, Here I am, send me.
I've believed that since I was a young child and was taught by a youth minister father myself that is why we have our skills and ability. I'd like to apologize again to the world for forgetting that for a very small period of time. As I started my family and as we relocated to New York, it's very easy to isolate from the world and focus on what's important to you. Family.
Your family.
But as our family gets stronger and as we can protect ourselves, are we supposed to bring light to the world?
Yes.
Should everyone be bringing light to the world?
Yes.
But we're not going to should on everybody. Everyone's on their journey, and wherever you are on your journey, you are needed here on Earth. Now, that was great news, Addy. Way to bring that over. Let's talk about the last piece here go back to it. Now, with robots coming in disaster situations, how many lives are going to be saved from this? Can you even put a number on it?
50%.
50% more? Okay, that's great. At least 25%, right? We know that stat works. Scott Adams says 25% always works.
I say 50.
50, okay.
I'm always 50.
It could be 100%. You're talking about situations where a robot being on the scene is superior to a human who may or may not be trained, right? So how many times on the scenes do we see emergencies take place and the average human doesn't know what to do?
No.
They haven't been trained. It's dangerous. They're scared. What do? Some of them don't even call 911. The first thing that we do with every responder, the first thing we do on every scene is point directly to somebody, you, and we say, you call 911. You don't say somebody call 911 because nobody will. You point specifically at somebody, and what do you tell them?
Call 911.
You go call 911. And then the person who looks most together that's there on the scene, you grab that or come here and help me. You need people helping. And then as a first responder, you assess the situation, make sure it's safe, and then you try to help based off of your ability to diagnose. But whether it's CPR, whether it's mouth to mouth, which now we just basically compress hard and fast for everybody.
I do not like mouth to mouth.
Yeah, you should. Well, you remember what was your favorite summer movie we saw? Remember the lifeguard, Wendy Peppercorn?
Oh yeah, Wendy Peppercorn.
What did that boy do? Did he fake drown so he could make her do CPR?
Mm-hmm.
Clever boy.
And then he grabbed her and my favorite part of the movie.
Hey, but she was doing her job as a first responder. Now,
Yep.
Robots are going to change the game. Where could they go? They could go into fire. We love firemen. Do we have a brother that's a firefighter?
Yeah.
Do we have an uncle that's a firefighter in
Yeah.
Richardson? Yep. Do we have friends, Mark Lear and the whole Lear family that got my brother into being a firefighter?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're watching right now, Mark, but we're name dropping you, so you're going to get this message later today.
Yes,
Addie's going to be mad you weren't tuned in live.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mark's a wonderful firefighter. His whole family is firefighters. He's actually a driver down in just south of Austin. Used to be a kind of a chill job. Has definitely turned into the most intense as more people have moved down south, right?
Right.
But as a firefighter, and as many people as Mark has already saved, and my brother has saved, and many firefighters have already saved. We've got another guy, Cole Kiefer, left the football game, old rugby buddy, and turned into a firefighter. We should see him at competitions. He was the fastest dude on the pitch. When I wasn't there, I'm just kidding, Cole's fast. Here's the thing, though. We're going to change the game, putting robots into the health field, into where humans have to risk their life to be able to save lives past what a normal human could even do. In a normal fire, even with all that protection, can a firefighter be put in danger?
Yes.
Well, what if we have a fire bot? What if the Super Grok Tesla fire bot goes running in and is able to save everybody like the Terminator, come out unscathed? How awesome is that?
Amazing. No one got hurt.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we could get a little more political with it. We could talk about the people that get hurt trying to help individuals in some of the cities around the U.S. because of the mental problems that some of these homeless people have. So could a first responder show up on the scene there and try to help with the situation before a human could get hurt?
Yes, that's very, very
Beautiful.
good.
Now, this is great because you have people on the left and on the right that are going to argue back and forth about what we should do when people are in pain, right?
Right.
Cops are here to protect us, but in some situations, some people want social workers to show up first.
What are social workers?
That would mean somebody more specifically trained and helped to de-escalate a situation. And while that is intelligent and it is good, it certainly doesn't protect people in a bad situation. And most of these situations can flip like that. So do we want the social workers to be able to help?
Yes.
Absolutely. We don't think a human should be shot because they're going through a hard time in life, do we?
No.
Nor do we think the officer showing up on the scene should be risking his life, right? Right. So could first responder bots solve a lot of these problems and issues?
Yes.
Absolutely. But there's a problem. We saw the movie RoboCop. Did you see RoboCop?
Yeah.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while. I can only remember a couple.
What can you remember from RoboCop?
I remember from RoboCop, there was like this bad guy, and there was a bomb in his car, right? And he was going towards it, and it blew up. All that was left of him, part of his skin and his face, and I think I don't think the brain got it.
He was there. And that's much of what you're seeing with the Neuralink system that Elon has. He was able to turn that hurt law enforcement officer into,
Yes,
right?
our cyborg.
That was cool. That's a RoboCop. And we'll get into the cyborg side later. But robots are more specific to who's going to run them. Are they operated by a law enforcement trainer who's been trained and skilled? That's going to change a new level of not necessarily security or even law enforcement, but human interactions. And I think, listen, it sounds, oh, you're bringing robots in. We're going to have less human interactions. But what we're talking about is the people and the brave women and men that have signed up to be officers to protect our communities across the U.S. And we have friends in law enforcement. Mm-hmm. I'm not a cop. You can see my gamer tag.
Yeah.
But we recognize their effort, their strength, and respect them for the work they put in. It does not mean that all cops are always doing what they need to, right? We watch lots of auditors. Yes.
The guy in RoboCop, he was a bad person, and guess what? He shooted him away from his family. That's why I hate about him. I'm gonna go over there and punch him in the face right now.
Good job, Lily. So that is something that is going to change the game when we're able to help law enforcement by giving them tools and giving them pieces that can prevent them from losing their life, right?
Right.
And that's what we're most excited about is there are brave men and women all across the U.S. that put their lives in danger just to help others, whether they're altruistic or they just know that somebody has to be there. And Isaiah 6:8 says, well, who shall I send? These individuals, these first responders, they raise their hand and they say, what, Addy?
Here I am, send me.
And we want to protect them. First responding robots, MIT's on the way, changes the game, saves lives, and helps the victims that are in need. Imagine a robot shows up and already has the AAD. He could just shock you and defibrillate all the way back to normal rhythm. Is that right?
Yes.
How awesome is that?
Amazing.
Yeah, if you show up, you got to show up. And if I haven't trained you how to run the AED, you got to, hey, put the pad up top, put the pad down low. I'm clear, you're clear, we're clear. Ching. But a robot can walk up, everybody back up, and just do it immediately, right? That's where we're going to get to, and that's where we're on the way to. So it's very exciting to see MIT is working on the good stuff. One of the last pieces, right back into health, MIT news, smart clothes. Smart clothes are on the way. Now, we've covered this before, and we've talked about this for a while. But imagine the clothes you're wearing are going to be able to tell you, uh-oh, you're going to get sick. Uh-oh, you're about to be sick.
Uh-oh, you're about to have a heart attack. Is that one of them?
Yeah, absolutely. And what happens with information? If you're being able to give information early, what can you do with that?
Prevent it more.
Bam! Right? So you're not just going to be on your own anymore. Imagine you have clothes on that you can wear that tell you, whoa, 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 whoa. Sit down, drink some water, get this, eat this. Hey, you're not feeling too well. You better recoup. Mm-hmm. Now, that comes in a lot of different ways, and the biotech sensors they're putting in clothes are coming out tenfold. You're going to see 2026 explode into the market with everything from different wearable watches to the actual shirts and the shorts that you put on being able to have sensors and help. Yes?
Are there going to be watches that can tell the time? And are there going to be watches that can say, hey, it's going to be this at this time? Is there going to be kind of watches like that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You remember the movie Dick Tracy? You haven't seen this one in a long time. Remember how he had his television watch? He was talking to everybody?
Hold on. I think it's coming back to me.
That's okay. It's been a long time since you've watched that one. We'll have to rewatch it later this year or next year. So wearable watches are already out, and South Korea is dominating the market with what they put out. But those are there. Clothes are the next level. That takes it to a whole nother realm of journalism questions we would ask about the electricity on our bodies and those things. But guess who's putting it together? MIT. Some of the best experts and smartest men and women in the country and around the world are putting this together. So you know they're running the good test. We still are going to ask our questions, right? Yeah. So pay attention for 2026. You will see more wearable clothes that are bringing technology and health to you. Now, that's it from our MIT corner. We're going to get back to that tomorrow and do a really big drop. So make sure you tune in tomorrow's news. You're really going to like it. Today we want to switch over, and mainly because, again, Scott is not going to be doing his full show today, but we do expect trickles and dribbles and all sorts of insights today from the brave father of the internet. So we're going to dive into Owen's Corner, right?
Owen's Corner. Right.
One of our favorite journalists out there in the world, Owen, is regularly available on X. If you haven't found him or seen him, you need to get your butt over there and give him a follow. We try to release some of the stories, but even this morning, Owen put out way too many stories for us to even try to cover. So that we've got interesting news for the rest of the week just from what Owen's posted today.
Yeah.
2 pieces of paper here to try to get into, and we're going to read them off to you as we go. Now, one of the first things we want to talk about, since everybody is interested in this one, new hires and how to get hired. According to Test Gorilla's research. Now, you're going to find this part interesting. When it first started happening across the market, it was a brand new idea, and we saw it happening across Lifetime Fitness, across multiple different big corporations. As we went to New York City, we saw some of the big top Fortune 5 companies all applying this method. What is that method, you ask? Well, skills-based hiring. This is very important. 2 reasons. One, in the last term previous to this, the president took off the requirement for the alphabet soup behind your name. Didn't matter if you had a degree, don't have a degree, what degree you had. What mattered was your skills for the job. We've seen that now rolled out across the corporate world.
Right.
What's the data show? The data shows, according to the employers, that they have reduced
by 88.9%.
88% of their mishires
88%.
have been reduced. Can you understand that number? 88% of their new hires have been reduced as mishires, meaning that they're not hiring the bad people anymore.
Yeah. Woohoo!
The total time spent reduced in the onboarding process and hiring.
82%.
82% again. Do you understand how much time you're creating back for the companies, for the employers, for the employee? I know the HR ladies like that. Hiring. Now, here's the best stat. Hiring related cost reduced by
74%.
If you want to get a CEO and a company on board with your new hiring process and you want to show them the best way, you've only got to show them that you're going to reduce the new hire cost by 74%. For those of you that don't know, one of the most costly pieces of every organization is their onboarding process. From the interviewing, from the hiring, to the firing, to the training, to the development, the amount of business lost, the amount of clients hurt, the amount of business impacted is astronomical. All the businesses know that, and even the CEOs who are more Henry Ford style and don't care about the people, they still know it, and they know they must address it. So they've implemented all sorts of different pieces. Daddy read Good to Great at the age of 22, and I've seen full CEOs with double MBAs still not understand what MPS actually means. Now, what that means is that you've got to find people that like the role, have the skills for the role, not look good on paper. In order to do that, skills-based interviewing has solved the problem. The people being hired, this is the coolest part. Those that are applying for the job, they like it at 90%. And here's why. When you're interviewing for a job, you're not getting fake questions. You're getting, hey, here's what you're going to do. Here's how you're going to do it. What do you like about it? Similar questions to that. It allows you to express yourself and show who you are and highlight what kind of a team member you are. Some of the other tests that they apply show your skills and personality. Because as we all know, if you're going to join a new team, your job is to support that team and make it better. As we know, bringing on some new hires into a team because of their egos and other issues, what do they do to that team? Daddy was superior at my hiring processes at every company that I worked for because Lifetime Fitness trained very well. They flew you up. Lifetime University of Minnesota went through training with the Swans, huge educators. And they also gave multiple books for you to read through. I had a mentor, Joel Cochran, who helped me read several different pieces from Seth Godin to Marcus Buckingham and put more structure behind the hiring process. Then we went and got targeted grid dimension rating. You got to go 3 deep. That really helped with the sales process. But there are lots of ways the corporate world is trying to find you to join the team. And one of the best ways that they are now seeing is skills-based hiring is much more effective than just randomly interviewing and liking who you like, right?
Right.
Put some structure behind it and you'll find success. The data shows. Thank you, Owen, for that piece. Now on to Owen's second piece. We have a world's first. A world's first. You want to try to read this one?
Yes. Compound.
Combat.
Combat.
Iron.
Iron.
Beam.
Laser.
The world's first combat iron beam laser has been deployed. It's out there. 100 kilowatt system developed by Raphael Defense System or Advanced Defense System. You misspelled that and dropped it. I missed it. Raphael's Advanced Defense System. Now, what can this laser do, Addy? I got a rocket. Here comes a rocket. Gone. Rocket's done. Uh-oh. Mortar. That's gone. Drones. More drones. That's pretty awesome. Now, here's one reason why the laser beam, the iron beam, is so awesome. The cost, it drops down. Not only is it 95% effective in hitting all of these targets, which, you know, the world is changing and are people getting attacked by all sorts of different devices?
Yeah.
So is it good to have defense?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the world's first is here, and it has been deployed, and it is well underway, providing safety and security. The only note that we think you should know about this is one of the developers of the system was spun to do so by losing his own child in a bombing. His child was attacked with a rocket and was lost. And it was because of that that he changed his life as a scientist and dedicated it to helping to build this system to save other children. We'd like to recognize his loss, his pain, and his hard work to better the world around him, even after he suffered pain. Most people, when they suffer pain, it's very easy to reflect that pain back into the world, isn't it, Addy?
Yes, it is.
That's not what we're meant to do. It's not how we were designed, is it?
No, it's not.
That's right. We're supposed to be a light for the world. And this man, this father, this husband, lost his child. And instead of reflecting pain back into the world, he set up defense. He didn't set up an offensive weapon. He built a defensive weapon to protect. And your little brother was on the show Friday covering for you. And you know what he said when I asked him, why do men have muscles?
To protect their family.
That's right, I do. That's right. So we want to make a special shout out to the father for building that defense system for everyone. The world is changing, and having a good defense does help protect. Now, this next story is more important than some of the other ones.
Yes.
We spoke about digital awareness last week. We spoke about digital awareness, and if you haven't seen that episode, rewind, go back and grab it, okay? It was the Christmas Eve episode, right?
Yeah, it was a Christmas Eve episode.
Yeah, that's one of our most watched ones.
Yeah.
Go back and watch that.
Yeah, go back and watch that one go back and watch that one after you finish watching this one.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, here's the thing. We talked about digital awareness and why it was important to you and your children. Now we're going to give you an example of what we were talking about. Now, granted, this happened in Canada. A musician was canceled because of digital intel falsely accusing him of horrific crimes. Google incorrectly described him as a sex offender, and every venue, which was a huge venue he had headlining, people were ready to come see this guy, immediately canceled him, took him off, wouldn't take his phone call, told him to go to HE double hockey sticks. They said, you're not coming around our children. And he started getting hate immediately. Now, why is that dangerous? Could other people try to hurt him?
Yes.
Could his friends and family abandon him?
Yes.
Yeah. And some people exposed themselves. In his immediate circle, he suffered some pain immediately that people tried to break away from him, not even asking him what was going on. And guess what happened?
What?
Well, the newspaper who published it, they didn't do a human check. Now, let me ask you, Addy, most of these people who go to college, they're forced to do what's called a research paper.
What's It's a research paper.
Yeah, it's what you already do as a journalist. Do we check sources?
Yes.
Do we read the sources?
Yes.
Do we verify, even if the sources can sometimes be biased, that they're giving us the right information now?
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, just like the water
Repellent?
water repellent. Just like in China, the water repellent.
Yeah, we've got more questions. That's exactly right.
What chemicals is it made of?
These newspaper journalists did not do their job.
What?
In fact, I don't even know if I'd call this a newspaper anymore. The newspaper wasn't using humans at all. They used a digital intelligence app to write the whole piece. And guess what it did?
What?
Well, it grabbed from the internet and it grabbed one part. This guy's name is apparently, the same name of another guy because our names repeat. I doubt there's an Adeline Ruthley Robinette, but there's, could be.
There could be.
This guy had another match. And unfortunately, that guy with his name did do some bad stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Google put the two together and then gave to the newspaper that inappropriate and wrong information. And the newspaper printed it.
Get over here, newspaper, because you're going to get your butt whooped.
Now, luckily for the musician, he was able to prove quite easily and quickly that they were wrong and they had lied and they had misrepresented everything. Now, that didn't help him very much because the news has already reached lots of people and the redaction, isn't even going to reach some of those people. So there are people out there that think this guy is horrible and, in fact, furthest from the truth.
Yes.
Now, Google also apologized. However, Google said, well, we're thankful this happened because now we know and now we can program and we can learn. So Google's taking it as a, hey, sorry, but we're learning and we'll try to do better on the next one. We're going to teach the system, why it did bad.
You did bad.
Well, I think he's going to need to sue the pants off of them to make them learn their lesson. Most people in most companies, organizations don't do what they need to unless you make them.
That would sue your pants off me.
It means you get some really nice lawyers. They represent you and they show the court how the system lied and manipulated a story about you.
Oh.
And now Google's already apologized and the newspaper's already apologized. I don't think that's enough. Do you?
No, I do not.
Is a newspaper allowed to post fake news like that?
No.
Is a newspaper allowed to say, oh, sorry, we didn't check our work?
No.
Don't they have a degree for doing research? Didn't they go to college, get the little paper that says, I do research? And yet they did no research whatsoever. And their promise is, in the future, we'll start doing research. How do you call yourself a newspaper?
You can't.
You can't. And that's why we're talking about digital intelligence and being aware that some of the news, some of the paper, some of the stuff you're watching, some of the troll accounts online, they're not real, guys. It's digital intelligence, and it's not where it needs to be yet. So please pay attention. This individual is suffering in pain, and this can happen to any one of us. So it's vital that we get checks and balances and security measures up in place as we enter 2026. It is going to be a new year. Great story from Owen. Thank you for getting that out there. As we talk about digital awareness, we understand how important that is. Now, we are running late on today's show, but as you already know, Scott Adams is not going live at 9 o'clock today. So we're going to play through a little bit more because we have a few more things to read today.
Yes,
is that right, little lady?
Yes, we do.
Okay, NASA. NASA is going back to the moon.
Woo!
Yeah!
NASA! Woo, 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 woo.
Artemis 2 is going to do a flyby early 26, which is around the moon, and they're going to wave at it, right? Guess who's going to be on that one?
Who?
Well, I think your favorite captain is Picard.
Captain Picard.
My favorite captain's going. Nope. Captain Kirk. William Shatner does have a ticket lined up, and he is ready to go. We're excited that he's going to get another round out there. Addie and I were hoping to be on this one, but it looks like we're going to have to probably wait a little longer.
Yep.
Now, Artemis 3 is landing mid-2027, assuming everything goes well, right? There's some other things in the way. But if everything goes well, we should have moon landing in 2027.
Nice. That's just one more year.
Well, now that's important because
You have to run some tests. You have to make sure it's okay. The rocket doesn't explode. There's no asteroids coming in that time.
oh yeah. Now, are we going to go watch some of the rocket launches here in Florida?
Heck yeah, we are.
Yeah, 2026 is going to be very exciting. Addie, the mids is up here. 2026 is going to be awesome. Addie and I and Addie and Daddy and the family, we're going to travel down to a few of the launches and get some live takes there. Still waiting on Elon to book our exact day and time so we get the special treatment. But we have that set up for 2026, 2 different launches on the books, and we're very excited to bring that to you. So you'll want to stay tuned. Artemis 2 and Artemis 3, 2026, 2027. Lots of cool things happening in the sky. Addy.
Yes, sir.
You would think that a snail would in fact be faster without its shell. Nope.
It's just more sluggish.
That's right, guys. We're going to try to add some more dad jokes in before we get off the shows every day. We've got a couple. That's one of our favorites. You would think the snail would be faster without its shell, but it turns out
It's
just more sluggish.
sluggish.
Nice. Okay, well, guys, we had an absolute wonderful show. It is that time. Wherever you are, wherever you're doing, whatever it is you have planned for today, let's first grab those cups. Let's understand that Scott and millions of other men and women around the world are celebrating the simultaneous sip. 2 minutes ago, we're joining the party.
Yeah.
There's something in knowing that it's not just us taking the sip at the same time. We can't see Scott. We're not with Scott right now, but we knew we were all sipping at the same time, and that's pretty special.
Yes, it is.
Maybe it's part of his hypnotic ways, but it's special to know that we're all in this together and we're all fighting together. We all fight in different ways. We all fight the strengths that we are given. But I need you to remember, you're here to protect and you're here to shine light on all those in your world. Thank you for tuning in today. And I'd like to remind you one more time that you cannot spell daddy
without the Addy.
I said you can't spell daddy without the Addy. Stay tuned tomorrow. We have an absolute wonderful show coming tomorrow. Energy's going to be high. We're going to do some practicing today. We have so many things to recap for the 2025 year that tomorrow's episode is definitely going to be a longer show than today's new record. I'm so proud of you, little girl. God bless. Take care. And let me know if you'd like the longer hair or the ponies in the comments.
God bless you all.
Good job.